You guys, Karen from Ask the Spirit Guides. How's it going today? Coming to you straight out of the shower. Had a thought, and I wanted to talk about this, and we're going to ask the spirit guides tonight using the dowsing rods. If you're new to that, you might want to check out my intro to the channel. I'll give you a little bit of information, but for folks who have been around here, they're probably used to it a little bit. So this may not be an easy conversation with the SGs, spirit guides. It may not be an easy conversation for some of you, depending on what the response is going to be. So I have not asked these questions, and I want to ask them how important it would be for whoever's watching this to pay attention, to continue paying attention to the news, to the headlines, to whatever the new administration is planning on doing from here on out. Who's being appointed to what? What are they talking about? Because I don't know about you, but I am extremely repulsed by I can't watch some of my favorite YouTubers right now, and it has nothing to do with them. They have every right to be talking about whatever they want to. But I don't care what 45 does. And I am so repulsed by it that I don't want to spend my life and my energy in that space, because it's dark and it's fear-mongering completely for me. And so I wanted to ask the SGs, because I'm curious myself, about some difficult questions regarding the balance between how do we stay supportive of people who need support during this time? Meaning, how are we activists for that, while not getting sucked into the day-to-day stuff? How do we pay attention to that? And whether it's important. So that's what I'm grappling with. So I fully expect you can go ahead and put your disagreement of what I'm going to ask if you don't get the answer you want, that you think you should get, because I have a feeling before I even ask them, because you got to remember that my experience with the spirit world and where God wants us to be is He wants us to be in the light. He wants us to stay in love, the path of love, the path of least resistance. So, but that's very challenging when you see something that might be going on that you should be aware of as a human participating in a society. Okay? So I wanted to ask some questions. If I don't ask the questions you want to have answered, please put it in the chat. What I'm not going to ask is, will the election be overturned? What I will ask is the questions that you're going to hear me ask. So if you have additional ones you would like me to ask, then you could go ahead and put those in the comments, and I'd be happy to do a follow-up to this video. Okay? Okay, so I'm just kind of winging this, so we'll see what comes up in between my questions, or how quickly I can get from question to question. So I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides and guardians, and ask Archangel Michael to please protect this channel so it's only of the light. Amen. Hi guys. So when they swing this way, which is my right and your left, they're either saying hello, or the answer is yes. So the answer is yes. And when they swing, when they swing this way, so my left, your right, then the answer is no. Okay? I will preface that this is current energy where we are today. Okay? All right. I'm in Wyoming and it's very dry here. We're kind of elevated for sure. Okay, so can you guys please look at the collective consciousness, please? I'd like to call in the God consciousness as I already have, the collective conscious overall, and the spirit guide, spirit teams of anyone who will be visiting this channel. Okay. I do have a fan on above me. I might have to turn off. Hang on 1 second. Okay. It looked like it was going to affect the energy a little bit. Okay, so I would like to ask some questions about our participation, anyone who's here. I would like to ask some questions about how important it is for us to participate in resistance towards, okay, they're just kind of agreeing with me, you guys. I'm not asking a question yet. Towards things that are going on in the US government. Okay, so how important is it important? I can't ask how because it's a yes or no question. So is it important for those who are here to become, yeah, they're already saying no. Is it important for those who are here to become activists in what 45 is wanting to do with the government? The answer is no. I have a feeling this is what they were going to do. So whether that's my energy, I've asked them to read the collective consciousness energy. Are you reading the collective consciousness energy? The answer is yes. Big crossover. See that? Very clear response. That means yes. It means big yes. Okay. If we got on with living our lives and literally did not pay attention, will we be hurting our brothers and sisters on earth by not paying attention? No. Will we regret not getting involved? No. Is it important? Is it more important that we stay in love, in the love more? Is it important that we stay in the light and love more than getting involved in whatever's going on in government? Okay, the answer is yes. So okay, can you guys stop for a second? So one of the things that's on my mind that concerns me is when I think about 1930s. And okay, they're going, yes. So when I think about the 1930s, and I think about how did people let this happen? Okay, and I'm not saying this is what's going to, okay, I could ask them, is what happened in the 1930s in Germany, are we looking at the same situation here in the United States? No. Well, I'll tell you, the SGs, is that it looks like that to us. Okay, it looks like that to a lot of people that are paying attention in different ways. They said yes. So has humanity evolved enough to make, okay, has humanity evolved enough to make sure that that doesn't happen again? That happened in the 1930s. Yeah, okay. Big wide swing, yes. Is the US Constitution going to prevent 45 and his clown team in their tiny little clown car, is it going to prevent them from doing the kind of things that was allowed to have happen by the government in Germany in the 1930s? The answer is yes. No, wait, I forgot what I asked. Oh yeah, will our Constitution prevent them from doing the kind of things? The answer is yes. Okay. So is it better for us to pay attention to what 45 is doing and all his little maneuverings? The answer is no. Is it better for us to not pay attention to 45 and all his, yeah, the answer is wide swing. Yes, you guys, they don't always do a wide swing. Look at, is it better if we don't give the attention to 45 and all the stuff that he thinks he's, okay, the answer is wide swing, yes. Okay. Would it be enough for us to write our Congress senators, our Democratic Congress senators, reps, and tell them how we feel, that they have our support, that we expect them to uphold the Constitution, and that nothing like what happened in 1930 happens here in the United States? Is that enough activism? Okay, the answer, they're swinging wide. Yes, 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 yes. Is that enough activism that would allow us then to turn it off? The answer is yes. So, because this is something I'm challenged with, because I'm telling you right now, like my favorite tarot readers, I can't, the stuff they're talking about, I can't, I'm just repelled by it. Absolutely repelled. And I don't want to be in that space anymore. But I also know that I have a conscious. So, okay, so will we be made aware if we don't pay attention? Okay, can you guys stop for a second? I think they know they already know what I'm going to ask because I had it in my head. If we don't pay attention, okay, let's just say if I don't pay attention, and you guys, when you're watching this, you can take this as for you too. If I don't pay attention to what's going on, will you be in my spirit team make me alert to something that is when it's necessary for me to take action? Will you make me aware of something if I choose to not pay attention, actively pay attention? Will you? Okay, so there's yes, yes, yes. So you will make me alert. You will put something in front of me when it's time, when I need to support my brothers and sisters on earth. That might be treated unfairly, inhumane. Will you make sure that I am alerted to that when it's appropriate, when it's time for me to act? Will you do that for me? Okay. Will the spirit teams of those who are watching this do that for them as well? The answer is yes. Okay. So for me, I trust that. And that doesn't mean I'm going to not pay attention forever, but I think what you can do is you can ask your spirit team the exactly same thing. I would ask them specifically. So if it's healthier for you to turn it off, if it's healthier for you to turn it off, okay? Now, there may be people watching this. This is why it's hard, is there may be people watching this that feel like if they don't pay attention, that they will be immediately impacted, okay? So you have to make that judgment that if there are certain things you need to know about, okay, the question is, can you separate the stuff you don't need to know about and the stuff you do need to know about? First of all, he's not even in office right now. So do you need to know? Again, you really have to judge your own circumstances, but I wanted to encourage each of us to not linger in the horror of what we might be seeing on the news, because you can turn that off and not be constantly reminded of what is happening. And it's okay, is what I'm saying. And that's why I wanted to ask them. Okay. So you have to judge whether or not, and I feel as if when something comes to my door, when those around me are affected, then I will know it. And then I will know to take action. And they've already said they will nudge us. So you need to specifically ask. You can say, I need to turn this off for a while. And I am trusting you to put something in front of me when it is time for me to act on behalf of my fellow citizens, my family, my friends, my whatever you want to ask. Just ask and have that intention that they do that for you. So if they ask for that intention specifically of their spirit guides, can they expect that to happen? The answer is yes. So it's basically like prayer. Okay. I think you do. I think I am just, again, challenged with the idea of how much do I need to pay attention, because I don't want to have happen. Like, it's like, what were the people doing in Germany in 1930? Like, was anybody paying attention? Like, what the heck? Was it just like this or, and so, yeah. So anyways, I wanted to throw that out there. I don't have to completely have my answer to it. What I do know is that I can't look at it right now. And maybe when I'm ready, I'll do that. But because it's just completely disgusting. I'm just completely disgusted by it. And you don't want to sit in that energy, you guys, because let's ask, will staying in the energy of fear and negativity, will staying in that energy actually be counterintuitive to what we intend to do by being activists for the people we care about, for the United States? Okay, it's not as quite of a wide swing, but let me just make sure they were not, hooked up here. Is it counterintuitive if we remain in fear and hatred and appalled and disgusted? If we stay in that energy, is that counterintuitive to us being what we would consider activists and putting resistance towards what we see happening? Is that counterintuitive? Okay, so yep, wide swing. Okay, so take that, whatever you're comfortable with, and leave the rest. And again, if there's questions you want me to ask, I'm not saying I'm going to ask them all. I'm going to say what I think is appropriate, but please ask them, and then I'll do a follow-up if I have questions. So, okay. All right. I hope this was helpful. Have a good one. Bye-bye.